Hello everyone and welcome back to another video lesson. Today we will be reading the first part of a lesson which has 4 parts in total, and therefore dear readers and listener, make sure you watch this video carefully. So sorry for the inconvenience caused here. Now we will be reading the first part, and there will be questions at the end of this video which you have to answer them and write them in your notebooks, and then share it to me as a part of your homework, and on that basis you will get your today's attendance. I hope you get the point, my students. Alright, so today the name of the lesson story is Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. So lapse here refer to a failure of memory. So Bepin Choudhury had a failure of memory. He cannot remember and recollect an event which happened in his life. So do you have a good memory? Most of you will agree that you have. Has your memory ever played any tricks on you? Have you ever forgot something and then thought about it like, oh, how can I do that? And then the memory played tricks on you? Maybe you have felt that, undergone it. Now, forgetfulness often puts you in a tight spot, in a difficult situation when you forget things. But forgetting a part of your life completely may drive you crazy. However, if you forget a part of your life, like 1 year, like 1 month, then it will definitely drive you, makes you crazy. In this story, Bepin Babu goes nearly crazy because he has forgotten a part of his life, and because he cannot recollect his stay at Ranchi. Recollect here means remember. The reason is the part of the memory life was his stay at Ranchi. Ranchi is a place. He has never been to Ranchi, he insists. So he says that he's never been, though there are many witnesses to the contrary. But on the opposite side, contrary means on the opposite side, there are many witnesses who have seen and are proof that he has been to Ranchi. What is the suspense all about? So we will find out the suspense. Every Monday, on his way back from work, Bepin Choudhury would drop in at Kalicharan's in New Market to buy books. So from coming back from his work, he would get inside the bookshop called Kalicharan's, which is in the New Market. Crime stories, ghost stories, and thrillers. He had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. So from this line, we know that he is a good reader, eager reader. He lived alone, was not a good mixer, had few friends, and didn't like spending time in idle chat. Idle usually means when you're doing something useless, normally. And then here idle chat means unnecessary conversation, when you talk and when you gossip things, He didn't like spending time for that. Today at Kalicharan's bookshop, Bepin Babu had the feeling that someone was observing him from close quarters, from a near area. Someone was observing, looking at him carefully, and he felt that thing. He turned round and found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who now broke into a smile. So meek means humble and quiet-looking man was there observing him, and when he turned around and saw him, the man broke into a smile. Broke into means he suddenly started smiling. He suddenly gave a smile. "I don't suppose you recognize me. Have we met before?" asked Bepin Babu. The man looked greatly surprised. "We met every day for a whole week. I arranged for a car to take you to the Choudhury Falls in 1958 in Ranchi. My name is Parimal Ghosh." Ranchi? So we see conversation here, and we discussed direct and indirect speech. So here you see all of these are in direct speech. Now here, this is Kalicharan's bookshop. We have Bepin Babu here, an old elderly man, and he had this feeling that someone was watching, observing him. So he turned around and saw there was a a round-faced, meek, humble-looking man, all right, here, whose name was Parimal Ghosh, and he claims that he knows Bipin Babu. Now, Bipin Babu realized that it was not he, but this man who was making a mistake. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times, but never made it. He smiled and said, "Do you know who I am?" The man raised his eyebrows, but bit his tongue, and said, "Do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Choudhury?" Bipin Babu now turned towards the bookshelves and said, "Still you are making a mistake. One often does. I've never been to Ranchi." The man now laughed aloud. So we don't see difficult words here. What happened is Bipin Babu was sure that the man was making mistake because he has never been to the place called Ranchi, although he had given a thought about it but never been there, and therefore he asked him like, does he know him? But the man raised his eyebrow as if in surprise and said that, who doesn't know you, right? Everybody knows you, Bipin Choudhury. But then Bipin Choudhury tries to ignore the man by turning towards the bookshelves and then said, "Still you are making mistake. One often does, many people does." And then the man started laughing aloud. "What are you saying, Mr. Choudhury? You had a fall in Choudhury and cut your right knee." So he felt there at the Choudhury's waterfall, and then cut his right knee. "I brought you iodine that time. I had fixed up a car for you to go to Netherhut the next day." So it's another location, okay? "But you couldn't go because of the pain in the knee. Can't you recall anything?" Recall means remember. "Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time." So we have another witness here. "Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee. You stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and would prefer to have foods cooked by a bawarchi." So a bawarchi is a cook in Indian language. "Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the moon landing, remember? I'll tell you more. You always carried a bag with your books in it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not?" Bipin Babu spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. "Which month in 1958 are you talking about?" The man said, "October." "No, sir," said Bipin Babu. "I spent puja in 1958 with a friend in Kanpur. You are making a mistake. Good day." But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. Now here, the man started giving proofs. He started showing evidence that there was Mr. Mukherjee who stayed with him there at his place, because Bipin Babu doesn't like to stay at hotel, for he prefers meals cooked by a personal bawarchi, which means cook. And then they had argument there, right? And he also says some habits of Bipin Babu that he carries bag and books in it. Then Bipin Babu asked him to confirm which month was it. So then he said October, but then Bipin Babu said he was not there, because in October and in 1958 he spent time in puja, right? Puja with a friend in Kanpur. So he knew that the other man was making mistake. "Very strange. One evening I had tea with you at veranda of your bungalow." So he stayed at the bungalow, right? And then they had a tea. "You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane." So insane means mad. "Which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi." So these are all evidence given by the stranger, Parimal Ghosh. When Bipin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. Utter means complete disbelief. So he was in complete surprise that why is Bipin Babu not knowing anything, right? So with this, we are done with the first part. I would like all of you to answer these and write the question and then answer them in your notebooks. Okay, the first 3 questions are here. Do it by yourself. Okay, and then this is your today's special work. What will you do is you will use these phrases. Okay, the first 3 phrases is simple. He goes nearly crazy because you give reason, because he forgot a part of his life. Okay, then when I turned round, I found. What do you find? Okay, I would prefer, we need a phrase here. Just don't say that when I turn around I found a boy. Okay, you must come up with a nice explanation here. And I would prefer means I would like this because this. Okay, so these 3 are common phrases here. And now the second one is a different one, which talks about neither this nor that. So when you have 2 negative statement in your sentence, like he didn't remember me nor do I remember him, so here both is negative. Okay, both are negative. He didn't learn a degree, past tense, which means not, which is negative. Or you can use neither this nor that. He didn't remember me nor do I remember him. He didn't call me and nor did he texted me, right? Nor did he text me. So likewise, you use this in few sentences of yours and then share it with me. Okay, share these and the questions which were there on the previous slide to me as a part of your homework, and on that basis I will give you your today's attendance. Thank you all. And if you have any question or doubt related to English language in general and this lesson in particular, the first part, feel free to leave a message, and I'll meet you soon with another video lesson on the second part and the remaining parts. Thank you all.